Hi, I'm Simon K. Jones, and what is Tales from the Triverse? There's so many more of you reading my newsletter and listening to this, or passing by on ways to parts unknown, that I think it's time for a reintroduction. It's a gritty police procedural set in 1970s London, each case shining a light on the dark corners of society. Each story deals with a particular case and doesn't shy away from difficult topics. People trafficking, drug addiction, illegal immigration, fraud, murder, terrorism, police corruption. It's about the news and the society we live in. It's also science fiction, diving into the far future to see what becomes of humanity. There are spaceships, flying cars, robots, AI, superintelligences. Humanity has colonised the solar system with stories visiting settlements on Mars, Enceladus and Venus, go inside the asteroid Ceres, or travel the space elevator into Earth orbit. It's high fantasy, journeying across an unknown land, where magic is real and there are monsters in every cave and canyon. Feudal city-states battle with native insurgents lurking in the forests, while fire-breathing dragons guard people's houses and dig the mines. The universities rule over everything, pushing at the boundaries of what is possible in the fabric of reality. Tales from the Triverse is, madly, all of those things. More specifically, Tales from the Triverse is a weekly serial that has been running since 2021, published via this newsletter and occasionally via an audio version on this podcast. The story's coming to a close in the next few months and is the largest, most ambitious creative project I've ever attempted. You can hop into any of the stories or read from the start. There's an index to help you get started over on the newsletter at simonkjones.substack.com. I'm planning to paywall the entire series once it is completed, so now's the best time to hop on board and binge the whole thing. If you find ebooks more convenient than clicking through web pages, you can get hold of that by taking out a paid subscription. So what is the Triverse? At the heart of Tales from the Triverse is a convenient world-building idea. 200 years ago, a wizard accidentally opened portals between their world, London, and the far future. Everything else flows from there. The story began life due to my own indecision. I had ideas for 3 different stories, one being science fiction, another fantasy, and finally crime fiction. Rather than make a decision, like a grown-up, I instead merged them all together. As with the best speculative fiction, this unlikely concept then turned into a nifty way to explore complex cultural, historical and social issues through a semi-fictional lens. At its core, Tales from the Triverse is about cultures clashing, sometimes violently, sometimes beautifully. The story picks up 200 years after the appearance of the portals. The focus is very much on 1970s London, which has now become an alternate history owing to the disruption of the portals. Portal-related criminal activity is on the rise, and London's Met Police have established a new unit, the Specialist Dimensional Command, tasked with investigating portal crimes. So who are the main characters? Tales from the Triverse features an ensemble cast that grows over time. Here are some of the key players to know at the beginning. John Callahan is a bright-eyed, passionate detective working to root out corruption and make London a safer place for everyone. His fiancée works on community cohesion projects. Main character energy. Yannick Clark, John's partner, is his polar opposite. Older, on the edge of retirement, cynical, beaten down by a career dealing with the worst scum in society. Nisha Chakraborty is a detective who works hard and plays hard. She's far better at investigating crimes than she is looking after herself, and her demons are never far from the surface. Oh, and is having an affair with John Callahan. Princess Darila Baltine lives on the other side of one of the portals. Born to aristocracy, her father is lord of the city-state of Brulia. Darila is an expert magic wielder and is fascinated by the other worlds of the Triverse. Just Enough is a sentient superintelligence from the far future, one of a handful of quantum AIs tasked with keeping humanity safe. Enjoys activities such as ending war, stabilising complex economies, and rewilding the Earth after climate collapse. Finds humans endlessly entertaining. What's the best way to read Tales from the Triverse? It's easier to think of Tales from the Triverse as a TV series than as a novel. Each season is made up of individual stories, each one focusing on a different investigation. You can pick a random story, like you might drop in on an episode of a classic cop show, or read the whole thing from the beginning. In the background is a larger story, building slowly throughout the individual episodes. If you read Triverse from the beginning, you'll pick up on that primary arc and have a clearer sense of the development of the characters. As mentioned, if you upgrade your subscription, you also get an ebook collected edition, which is by far the easiest way to catch up and read the whole thing. A new chapter is released every week. I'm expecting the story to wrap up by the end of 2025. I'm also notoriously bad at estimating how long is left in a story. Fun facts about Triverse lore. I pulled out a selection of random facts from Tales from the Triverse to give you a better idea of what to expect. There are 3 dimensions linked by portals, which have come to be known as Palinor, Mid-Earth, and Max-Earth. Magic is only possible on Palinor. Any wielders who travel through the portals temporarily lose their abilities. Max-Earth's high technology does not function for long in the other 2 dimensions, rapidly being drained of all power. Max-Earth and Mid-Earth originally shared the same history, enabling Mid-Earth to anticipate coming events, at least until the 2 realities diverged. The Kingdom of Great Britain has used that knowledge to prolong its empire well into the late 20th century, and remains all-powerful across most of the planet. The American War of Independence never happened on Mid-Earth, with the English preemptively assassinating the Founding Fathers. The USA does not exist. Americans on Max-Earth don't find this at all amusing. Key statistics. Tales from the Triverse is one of the largest, longest-running serials on Substack. I started publishing it in September 2021, and it's still going, as of writing. It has over 350,000 words, more than 60 stories, 16 bonus tales. A significant chunk of it is audio narrated. That's 4 years of continuous, consistent serialization. It's written and published live to the page, with readers coming along for the ride. And finally, a bit about me. I mean, if you're listening to this without knowing who I am, then that's weird, but here we go. So I've been writing and publishing serial fiction for over a decade. I've published 4 completed serials, one of which was subsequently published as an ebook and paperback. Over the years, I've spoken about serialization at festivals and on panels, have taught workshops about science fiction and how writers can build their online presence. Write More, my newsletter, started in 2021 from scratch and now has over 9,000 readers from around the world, which is nice. And my previous stories were A Day of Faces, which serialized 2015 to 2016. That was followed by The Mechanical Crown from 2016 to 2019. My third serial was No Adults Allowed, which was shorter and serialized in 2020 during the pandemic. That's the one where you can go and find the book on Amazon. And currently Tales from the Triverse, which began in 2021 and is ongoing. So that's how I spend my days. I'm immensely grateful for the readers that have joined me on these various adventures. Some have been there from the start, which is amazing. Let me know what you think of Tales from the Triverse. It's been the most difficult and most fun creative project I've ever worked on. And hopefully that comes through in the writing. Head over to simonkjones.substack.com to find out all about it. Thanks for listening, and I will catch you on the next one.